What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
And I'm Shawn.
And we are speaking the language of bromance. And Shawn, I missed your face, and I missed all the things about your face, your big, furry, fantastic face. And that's all I've got.
Gotcha. I know my beard's looking good. My face is, except my hair. I went and got a haircut.
Mine does not look good.
I got a haircut, and like she jacked up the whole side of it. Same chick last 2 times. Like she doesn't know how to blend. So like it looks messed up. So now you're going to be wearing hats.
Yeah. Now every time I see you, you're going to be wearing, it's going to be hats all the time for you.
You'd be like, are you going
I
bald?
do that anyway, but that's just I feel like I'm going, well, I don't feel like I'm going bald, but I feel like it's getting like thin. But I feel like it's getting like way too thin that like it would potentially look like I'm going bald. But here's my thing is I'm not worried about going bald. I'm like 85% sure that I won't go bald. But my hair like produces a lot. My hair gets very oily very quickly.
Okay.
Like you know how they say like in order to keep your hair in decent condition, you should wash it like every other day.
Yeah.
Or maybe every couple days.
I wash mine like every 2 days. Actually, no, I wash mine every day, like twice a day.
You wash yours every day. You're fucking weird. Like I've been with you and you've taken like 3 showers in one day. In one day.
Shawn, we haven't even left
3
the room
showers
yet.
in one day.
I know. I sat on the bed.
You wake up and you take you wake up and take a shower, and then we go out and do something, and then you come back and be like, oh, I need a shower, and then we go and do something else, and then like, oh, I gotta take a shower. 3 showers in one day. That's not right. That's not normal. People don't do that. That's not how that works. But yeah, you don't. You need to curb that. But anyway, my point is that they say you should wash it like every couple days or every 3 days. Otherwise, you kind of strip it. But like I feel like mine produces more oil than average.
Gotcha.
And so then I get self-conscious about it. So I wear hats a lot. But then I feel like the hat is contributing to the overall thinning.
I have heard that people wear
now
hats
I'm like in this
go bald. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm in this like weird catch-22.
I know. So my biggest concern right now with going bald and this bad haircut is whenever I'm out and about, I always have this fear of like getting attacked by cougars. Like, female cougars.
Why are you worried about 40-year-old women like jumping on you?
The bad thing is like right now, like I'm a lot closer to 40-year-old than what I was, in my head. Like it catches up to you for one thing. You're like, oh yeah, cougars.
Like when you're 18, it's like this cool niche thing that you watch on Pornhub, and then when you're like, like I'm 36, so like for me that's like my dating pool.
Yeah, your wife's like, you say like, oh my god, I'm totally into cougars. You're like, you mean me? Wait a second, do the math. Oh yeah, are you still into it? No, not as much.
I guess you're right.
Moving on to gilfs, but
I guess you do fall in that category now.
But a slight bad segue into what our story is tonight, Richard. So this is a tale that's been on the internet for about it happened in February, mid-February, and it's been on the internet.
If you're gonna describe 40-plus-year-old women porn to me,
yeah,
number one, you're not gonna tell me anything I don't already know.
And then she's like,
that is my go-to category, sir.
She's like, the older the berry, the sweeter the juice. Am I right?
No, I'll tell you what. Now hear me out on this, because I'm going to say this and it's going to make sense to you, and it's going to make sense to a lot of people. Okay, when I go on Pornhub, I always go for MILF porn, and here's my reasoning why is because so I'm 36. Okay, I'm going to be 37 in May. I don't want to watch 18-year-old fucking dominate. I have an 18-year-old, Shawn. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, it gets a little
I have no
creepy.
desire. Like, I don't want people. I don't want to be seen as the person that watches fucking teen blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I don't want. And honestly, like, doesn't appeal to me at all. It didn't appeal to me when I was in my 20s.
So what you were
like
always
that
into,
whole like, oh, it's my it's my 19th birthday, and I'm like, no,
go
stop
to
it.
college, girl.
Yeah, it's grody. So I shoot for that category because that way I am guaranteed that the women in that category are at a certain age.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I am well aware that even though it says, 19-year-old blah blah blah, I understand she's probably 28.
Yeah, because when you watch that video, then go to the MILF video, it's the same girl. Wait
right?
a second.
Like, I get it. I know that porn lies to me. I understand, but I just don't like. You're gonna watch it, and then you're gonna go to your recommend, and then like you're gonna have a recommended.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, if you like that, you should watch this and this. And I'm like, no.
Wait a second,
but
Pornhub, I was in an incognito mode.
I don't think this works that well. But then here's the other edge to that sword. The other edge to that sword, Shawn, is when you go to the MILF category. I slept with my stepmom.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's all it is. It's all, oh, what are you doing, stepmom? And like, I don't want to see that either.
Yeah.
So it's like this narrow band that I have to like search for. It takes me like 20 minutes to find the right goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And by then I've just lost interest in the whole endeavor.
And then the noose is just getting tired and I pass out. It sucks.
Yeah. And I'm like, this isn't even worth it anymore.
Shawn, I don't need a spotter anymore. Just call it a night. Click.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he went on that Oregon Trail and got dysentery.
He died of dysentery. That's why I keep trying to talk Amanda into like making some, so that way I'm guaranteed something to watch.
Yeah.
Like that way I'm guaranteed, like, hey, I can watch this and it's all good.
Yeah. And
like,
I'll make
guaranteed.
you some. I'll make you some, babe. Just me by myself. She's like, I don't want that either.
You're like, I understand. Yeah. I wouldn't want that for myself.
I mean, I've already got some on this drive if you want some. I'm just saying.
Like, I have to witness it. Otherwise I can't get it done. And close your eyes all you like, but I know what's happening.
Well, Richard, this tale is not of porn cougars, but a real life mountain lion. So I saw the story a while back. Yeah, an actual mountain lion. It takes place in Colorado. This is about February of 2019, about mid-February. And this is a story that's evolved. It's one of those things you see at a headline like on Reddit. You're like, oh my God, this dude's a badass. Because let me read you the first headline that I get to see. This is a three-parter, Richard. As you know, a lot of things in the news recently about like, stories not being fully developed before like people are tweeting and whatnot. This is prime suspect number one here.
So this is your roundabout way of saying fake news? Kind
of. Well, not really fake news, but like not really giving you the full picture.
Incomplete news.
So the headline here, Richard, is man who strangled mountain lion in self-defense tells his story. That headline alone.
Oh my God, he strangled the mountain lion?
Like you hear people like, oh my God.
So was he the mountain lion spotter?
That's a good point.
It's like I'm trying to watch this mama mountain lion porn, and like I just want you there just in case.
Like,
I get carried away sometimes.
Listen,
and
Bob,
then the other guy's
really
like, "Holy
weird.
shit, a talking mountain lion!"
And that's how lifelong bonds are made. But no, you hear this and you're like, okay, first off, you hear people who like defend mountain lions. Usually they don't kill them. They just like scare them away, You beat them with a rock, or if you're carrying some type of weapon, sometimes you might give them a little stabby or bang-bangy and they run off. But no, this dude strangled a mountain lion. I don't know if you've ever tried to like, I don't know. I just like you see that like that's not an easy thing to do in my mind, to strangle something, let alone this like cat with like claws and teeth and whatnot.
No joke, dude, because that thing's probably like, yeah, that's a feat.
Yeah,
this is definitely a feat unto itself, because you've got. Okay, so let's think about this. So let's say you're walking down the Oregon Trail, and mountain lion jumps out. So now you're faced with like,
well, you can't run, because if you run, it's going to jump on your back.
If you can't run, because if you run, it's going to jump on your back. It's going to spin you around, and it's going to bite your throat out. I feel like if you're going to run towards it, it's going to jump on you and bite your throat out.
Yeah, well, that's what they say about bears. You're supposed to be like, run up and be like, rah, bear. Unless it's a grizzly bear, because if you run up to it and you're like, bear, it's like, oh, thanks. You're closer now, and I don't have to run as far.
And then it's going to be like, yeah. And then you're dead.
Yeah. I think with the mountain lion, the main thing that you hope to have is like one of those laser pins. And you just start like flashing it all over the trees and start jumping and pawing at it.
Or like a giant ball of yarn.
Yeah. Or like a bunch of catnip.
You throw it at it like a grenade.
Yeah.
Bunch of catnip.
It's like, man, I don't even know why I wanted to eat you. I'm a vegetarian.
You ever ate a human being on weed?
But so news broke of it was an unidentified man at this point who was forced to defend himself against this mountain lion when it attacked him on a recreational trail in Colorado. And typically, like, there's signs out there too. I just saw this. They say, watch out for falling deer, because mountain lions will carry their deers up the trees and like kind of eat some of it, but leave it there for a bit. And runners will be running and like, boop, fallen deer right on your head.
That would fuck me up.
Yeah, those things that would hurt. And so again, this headline here too, you think about like
that's like something out of a horror movie. It's like the jump scare in a horror movie. Like people are like running, and then all of a sudden, like their best friend falls like out of a tree or something like that. It's like, oh my god, Billy, and then Billy's dead. I
was thinking in this case, like you're running, the deer falls, jump scare, like, oh my god, oh, it's just a dead deer. Oh, and you turn around, what is it? Mountain lion, and
that jumps on you and bites your throat out, and then you know what happens? Then you're the next body that falls from a tree.
You're somebody else's jump scare.
Okay, so how often do mountain lions attack?
It's pretty rare. I've heard that
because I would think that mountain lions usually stay away from populated. Like I see mountain lions as kind of a thing that, you know, they do their best to stay away from people.
Yeah, I think Colorado, it's a little bit more rare. I think California is getting to be more because a lot of the people are kind of moving into away from the cities, more in suburbs. They're kind of getting like the more like non-urban town kind of feel, like living in the wild, living.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of like getting into their territory more in California. In Colorado, again, I think it's just more open, so there's not as much of it, but
yeah, I could see that.
Pretty rare. And a lot of times too, when it happens,
urban expansion,
it's because of like usually the mountain lions have something wrong with it, which in this tale we'll learn it actually has a reason why it would attack. So the gentleman that strangled this mountain lion was identified as Travis Kaufman. So Kaufman's tale of how he dispatched the feline predator with his bare hands is rather dramatic, and a new video published by the...
Oh my God, he had bare hands?
Yeah.
Strangle him with the bare hands?
Yeah, he had bear gloves on. And he was like, hey, mountain lion, you're gonna die for trying to take my picnic basket. I don't think he's gonna like that, Yogi.
That's the most horrible Yogi Bear.
So it's a pretty incredible story, and as Kaufman tells it, he did everything he could to avoid having to actually kill the big cat, which was later identified to be juvenile. Which again, to me, juvenile, I think for mountain lions is like 2 to 3 years, which is still like 70 to 80 pounds. Like that's like a good sized dog attacking you.
Yeah.
You know, and
like, you know, okay, so I was thinking about, okay, so you said 70 to 80 pounds. Okay, consider this. Like, that's about, like you said, a good-sized dog. Like, I'm sitting here in my house with my dog, and, like, I always sit here. There's a lot of times that I look at my dog, and I'm like, you know, like, what's to stop this dog from just jumping on me and just ripping and killing me? Like, what's to stop this dog from all of a sudden one day just going, you know what, I could totally just rip this motherfucker apart.
Do you think he thinks the same thing? Like he looks at you and is like, what is stopping this human from like just beating the shit out of me and strangling me? And you know what it is, Richard? It's one word. Love.
It really is. It totally is. And that's exactly what it is. It's because that dog is the epitome of loyalty to me.
Yeah, I always think
like
about
that dog will. Here's a good scenario, okay, Shawn? Let's say I'm 80 years old and I fall over in my kitchen, like I have a heart attack, fall over in my kitchen and I'm dead, okay? Days go by, days. Okay. And there I am laying on the ground. Okay. Dead. That dog will sit. That dog will go to near death of starvation before it decides to touch me at all.
Yeah.
The only way that dog will like start possibly eating me is if it is that or death.
Yeah. I've heard dogs.
And it has to get like to the absolute brink of starvation.
I've heard dogs are a little bit more like cats. Cats will, like, before you're even dead, they'll try to eat you.
Yep.
Like, I can't tell you how many times I've woken up and like half my hands, like half my like skin on my hands like gone. And the cat just gnawing on it. And our little dogs. Oh, we got a little dog. It's ferocious. It's killed like 4 rabbits, like 3 birds, I think a couple neighbor kids. It's done some damage. And
so what you're saying is you don't want to like trip and fall near the small dog.
Yeah, like every time I'm like, ow, my leg, it's like right there, like getting ready to gnaw on me. Like,
are you dead yet?
Yeah.
Are you dead yet?
It's what it does. It like looks at you, like jumps on your chest in the morning. It's like, you're still warm. Are you dead?
Damn it.
Well,
he's alive.
I'll just lick your face. But that's
I love you so much.
Now feed me before I really eat you. But again, you think this is 70 or 80 pounds. This is, a feline animal. So like, they're like, fuck you, human. I'm going to eat you.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. Cats don't give a shit.
I find it
interesting. It's that aloofness. You fall over dead, cat's eating your face.
Your eyeballs first, right?
Yeah, because it's the softest part.
Nuh-uh, my softest part's my heart.
Yeah, but it's covered by your hardest part. Ew.
My penis?
No.
Wait, am I malformed? Am I a mutant? My penis isn't over my heart.
Well, that's the quickest way to my heart.
But I find it interesting that they said that this guy did all he could not to kill this big cat, right? So, I feel like it's like the Rocky movie.
I would think that all he could do to not kill this big cat would be to run away from the big cat.
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of like the Rocky movie. Like the cat's like there, he's like choking it. And he's like, no, you can't keep going on. Throw the towel in, other cat. And the juvenile cat's like, no, I've got to take him down.
Yeah. Cat's like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. The man is going to strangle me. And then I come in there and I'll kill the man. I'll just rip his throat. He didn't throw first blood. I threw first blood. This is first blood.
That's pretty good, Sylvester Stallone.
Thanks, buddy.
So Kaufman says he yelled and waved to scare the creature off an isolated trail, but it refused to back down. The cat then attacked, clawing and biting at it would-be prey. He says he wrestled it with the animal for some time before managing to pin it down and then strangle it by jamming his foot into his throat. So paint this picture. Like, I thought like you strangle like it was with your bare hands.
I'm imagining him like laying on top of this cat, like both hands around this cat's throat. Like,
stop fighting me, cat. I just want to live.
See, but like, okay, so in that scenario of the guy like on top of the cat strangling it, in that scenario, all I'm picturing is this cat just going claw to the face, and dead.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to eat your throat.
No, and it's got its back feet. Like, have you ever like play fought with a cat? Like, first off, you have to worry about their teeth, their front claws, and they will fuck you up with their back claws. They start doing that like kicking thing with their back claws and like just tear the shit out of your arm. Like, why didn't he do that?
To share your arm. Yeah, if you're laying on top of this thing, guess where those back claws are going?
Yeah, in your stomach.
On your balls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah, my balls, but not yours, because yours is over your heart. But so what he weighs, he says like he strangled is he put his foot on its throat, which to me seems like a super aggressive way, like you're rubbing it in like that.
Well, not to mention, like I would think that would be even harder because you're trying to do this fucking like Jean-Claude Van Damme, like kneel over the fucking cat. Meanwhile, the front claws and the back claws are free to just fucking like plus you have the entire weight of this cat trying to get out from underneath your fucking leg.
Well, it's like, was he doing some like jujitsu move on it? Like he's like this is his MMA moment. He's like, I have conquered the beast. I am the world beast champion.
I like the scenario where you just run away.
I don't understand why he just didn't try to talk it out with the cat. Be like, listen, I'm not
talk
food.
it out.
But to me,
look, we're both reasonable creatures here.
I mean,
I'm sure there's a scenario that involves both of us walking away from this clean.
It's 20. Hey, do you want to go get some pancakes? Like, you know, or bacon. Have you had bacon? Well, I always think about that. Like people that get bit by sharks. It's like, listen, shark, I would have went, like, got you half a cow and threw it out here for you. You know, I was going to use that leg. Not anymore.
Do you
now
think
it's poop?
Do you think that? Okay, so like some people like jogging, especially like in California, if you're jogging through canyons and stuff like that, like there's a chance, you know, you might run into a mountain lion. Some of those people carry like mace to like, you know,
bear mace
like
and stuff,
like bear mace and stuff like that. Like they spray the animal in the face and then the animal runs off.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering, would a better scenario be that you just carry like a fucking like a 6-ounce like steak in your pocket, or not 6 ounce, like a big steak, like let's say like a 12-ounce ribeye, like you got that in your pocket and you're running and then you're like, oh shit, mountain lion, and you start to run away and then the mountain lion chases after you and you grab this ribeye and you fucking throw it behind your back and then you just keep running. Would the mountain number one? Do you think? I think that. Would that be effective in the sense that the mountain lion would stop to eat the steak, or would the mountain lion pick up the steak in its mouth, like as it's chasing you, it would just run by and just be like, oh, and then like it jumps on you, claws your fucking back, and then as you're laying there going, oh my God, this fucking hurts so bad, then the cat sets the steak down. And then eats your fucking throat out.
Well, it eats the steak like as you're dying. It's like, thanks for the appetite, bitch. Well, I think having a bloody steak in your pocket would probably be a good call sign or like calling card for all these animals. They'd be like,
so it's like the
fresh blood.
Yeah.
And then
it's like the equivalent of the
dinner bell
drunk girl that's like walks outside the bar and says, I'm so wasted.
Oh. Why do they have steaks in their pocket?
Not gonna. That's horrible.
That's dark.
That's horrible.
I didn't even know there was mountain lions around where we lived. Why do they need a steak in their pocket?
Well, only if they're over 40, right?
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, so like let's say
so wait, so if I'm at a bar and I get approached by a 40-year-old woman and then she's like, I think you're cute, and then I like fucking whip out like a 12-ounce ribeye, throw it at her, and then run off. Do you think that would work?
She's like, oh, that's so meaty. But what the bad part, Richard, is when you get across the street and you run into that other MILF, she's gonna smell the blood, and she's gonna be like,
oh, that's a good point. Like in my pocket.
Yeah, you look sexy. That meat in your pocket, and you're not gonna have any, and then she's gonna get pissed.
No. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to give her my
this.
pants, and then that's just gonna only make the situation worse, I would assume.
Because then she's going to be like, wait, where's your penis? And you're like, it's right here. It's by my heart.
It's the fastest way there. I shouldn't have told you that.
Oh, God. Like, could you imagine, like, if that was how men were set up? Like, anything, like, everything happening right there on your chest? That'd be awkward.
No, it wouldn't, Sean. Because then wouldn't female genitalia also be on their heart? And then that way, when you're together, then it would you'd have more of an excuse to look into each other's eyes with love with love.
I think you just wrote like the next PS, I love you. But to your tale, so if you're running,
slapping your chest together,
chest bumping.
Oh my God.
But the awkward,
is that why guys do it?
Ow, you smack. It's like, ow.
Yeah.
I taste pennies.
That was too hard.
But like what you were saying, if you're running with that steak, like if you throw it and the first mountain lion like eats it, you're like, oh, sweet. And so you're running home. But when you cross that second mountain lion, he's like,
yeah, then you're like, holy shit, I'm out of steaks.
You're like, sorry, closed for business.
Let's go to the store together.
But going back to Travis, so he's standing on this mountain lion's throat essentially, and to me that seems super aggressive. And like,
is he standing on it? I thought you said he had his leg on it, so I'm imagining him like having his knee like in the mountain lion's throat.
It said his foot, so he had to be standing up.
Oh, okay. They said it was his foot.
But is he playing like some kind of like fucking?
I'll tell you what though. Now, like picturing this in my head, there's no way I would put like my knee on this mountain lion's throat because A, this thing would probably kill me before I did it, and B, that puts the mountain lion's mouth way too close to my crotch.
That's true. Oh God, like that.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's one
like
chomp.
you put your knee on the mountain lion's throat, and then what does it do, Sean? It bites your balls.
Yeah. Then you know what you do? You'd be like, all right, well, I had a good run, mountain lion. Finish it off.
And then once that mountain lion bites my balls, I'm like, all right, you win.
Yep.
Let's go. And then you just hold your throat out.
Right here.
Like you're one of Dracula's victims. Like, go ahead. I'm hypnotized.
But I'm trying to figure out how this guy did this because it's like a fucking game of Twister. So his foot's on his throat. So left foot, mountain lion's throat. And his wrist is in the jaws it says a majority of the fight. So he must have got it loose and then stepped on its throat. God. But so like I said, there's three parts of the story. So this is the first, you're thinking like, holy shit, like this dude fought off like, yeah, it's juvenile. But you read the last paragraph of this and it says, full-grown male mountain lions can easily top 200 pounds. So you read this and you're like, oh my God, like this had to be what, 125, 130 at least if it's juvenile?
Yeah.
That's a big old pussycat.
Fucking a big old pussycat trying to eat your face.
Yeah. So you read that, you're like, oh.
And it's not like, okay, but, and the thing that I feel like you need to address here is the fact that like 125 pounds, like my 125 pounds coming at you trying to like punch, trying to like eat your throat is way different from a mountain lion 125 pounds.
Yeah, that's all muscle. Like this is
that's what I'm saying.
Like a deer the size of it up a tree.
Yeah. Like me at 125 pounds coming at you, you're gonna be like, hey, little wafy boy, punch. And I'm gonna be like, ow.
Why would you do that?
That's so mean. You're the worst kind of person. And I walk off, and then I'd write a terrible Facebook post about you. And that would show you.
But so
thanks, internet.
So this guy, thanks, internet, to this story. So like, let's say this was like 15, 20 years ago. You'd hear this story, maybe read it in the paper. You'd be like, holy shit, that dude's a badass. I'd buy him a beer. Because he fought nature and won, Richard.
That's true. I saw you mentioned this story, and then there was a picture I saw of like he's like doing an interview, or like I don't know if it was like an interview or a press conference or whatever, but he was sitting there and he had these microphones in front of him, and I assume he's like recounting the story, and there's a lady sitting next to him, and the lady is looking at him with like the quintessential fucking definition of a fuck me face.
Oh, nice.
Like she's like drilling, she's like burning holes into the side of his head. Fucking lower lip is like, she's like trying to swallow her lower lip. She's biting it so hard.
Nice. So she hears this story. She's like total protector. You're a warrior.
Right?
You've got the blood of nature on you.
Like this dude, like this chick is like looking at him like a fucking mountain lion and he's got a steak in his fucking pants. That's what this chick's looking at him like.
To take
like,
his
oh my God.
Mouth.
Yeah.
Well, Richard, the internet has a way of saying, fuck you. And that's what the internet did to this guy. So this guy's riding high, right? Like I didn't hear about that or see that video. But again, like I said, you see that article, people like, I'd buy that dude a fucking beer. You got this chick like, I would fucking eat that dude's steak. Richard, the very next article, 2 weeks later that comes out, Mountain lion killed by Colorado trail runner was a kitten, the report says.
Oh.
So the final report
What?
of the mountain lion that was killed by the Colorado runner, Travis Kaufman, they estimated the age of it to be 3 to 4 months. So they said that this would have identified this as a kitten, so it was a fresh newborn, and weighed 24 pounds. That's on average, but this one weighed about 35 to 40 pounds. So it was a bigger kitten, but still not like a, juvenile, what I would think of a juvenile, mountain lion. So put yourself like in this guy. This is kind of like the whole like catfish thing too. Like this guy's like, oh yeah, like I fucking was running because I got these fucking abs I got to keep in, and I'm always out there. I'm looking for cougars, right? Because I'm a cougar hunter.
When I'm jogging, that's all I'm doing. I'm not jogging to get healthy. I'm jogging because I'm looking for older women.
Yeah, it's out on the trail and at piano bars. That's the two places you find them. So
always look for the one that's sitting on the piano singing a song.
What song do they sing? Like, what would be the go-to song for them?
It Had to Be You.
Really?
That's the name. That's what they sing. I don't know. That's my best guess.
I was trying to think of like what would. So you got to put them in, like that'd be like late Madonna. What would be like a late Madonna song? Not like a Virgin, because that's too.
Okay, wait. What's late? What do you consider late?
I'd say like early 90s, like 89.
So
93.
Like a Prayer.
Maybe Like a Prayer. That might do it.
Like a Prayer was like 91, 92.
Yeah, that might be it.
Like that album. So like what's all on that album? Like a Prayer's on that album. What about Erotica?
How's Erotica go? I'm sure I've heard it. But
erotic, put your hands all over my body.
That would be it. Erotic. That's what they would sing.
Prince was in that video.
Was he really? Did her and Prince hook up? Is there rumor and innuendo on that?
Well, Prince helped produce that Erotica album. I know what you're thinking right now. How the fuck does he know so much about Madonna? Shawn, I love Madonna.
No, I know you love Madonna.
Madonna's the best. One of only 3 women to have a #1 hit in 3 different decades.
Cher.
Britney
Spears.
Nope.
Has Britney Spears not done it yet? She did it in the 90s.
No.
Thousands, and surely she's had one since then in the teens, right?
I don't know. I don't know about a #1 hit. Maybe a top 40 hit, but not a #1. Not a #1 song.
Well, who really decides what a #1 hit is, honestly?
Billboard. They have a list.
Mr. Billboard. You want to be
JW Billboard.
You want to be and what is it? It's a mountain lion that sits in a big office. You want to be another caucus on a tree, or you want to be a star?
Blondie was the other one.
I gotcha. Let's see. So according to the reports, the blood staining of the scavenged tissue suggests that scavenging took place. So this cat had been like, I guess probably kind of like maybe, it didn't really say going through trash, but maybe like finding animals that already died or something like that. Like it seemed like it had some issues. It went on to say that the pattern of scavenging is reminiscent of feline predation. One identified set of teeth marks in the dead animal matched the size of the dead animal's teeth, so likely indicating the dead lion was partially eaten by its siblings. So this guy goes out, kills this kitten.
Wait, what?
Yeah, kills this kitten, and it's this kitten's siblings is like, hey, are you dead? You dead? Like you said, cats are dicks.
Are you dead yet? Okay, so now this kitten is 24 pounds.
24 pounds. And I'm trying
to think. I'm trying to come up with like what like the equivalent. So a 24-pound mountain lion about like the size of like
a Brittany Spaniel type dog. I guess it's I was
gonna say like half the size of my dog. I have a golden retriever, so about half the size of my dog.
They're like whenever you talk about like medium-sized dogs, like that's like super like right on the cusp of being like medium-sized dogs. But again, this guy's like going on this like spree of talking about how he killed all these animals. I killed this animal, like was like a huge fight or whatnot. And then in a later press conference, he talked about how he was scared as he ran away that the mother of the lion was going to confront him. So like he's gonna be walking around the corner, and some little mountain lion's gonna be like, "Here, Buttons. Here, hey, Jogger, have you seen Buttons? Wait, what's all that blood? Nom 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 nom."
And then it eats your face. Okay, so I just sent you a picture of the way this fucking girl is looking at this dude.
Oh damn.
Okay, now
yeah.
I want to say no. I know, right? Like, is that not like the most fuck me face like you've ever seen in your entire life?
Well, I've never seen one firsthand, so
I've never seen my wife look at me like that. Like not once.
I mean,
in my life.
I've been numerous
Sean, I've been married for almost 18 years.
I know. There's been numerous times I've wrestled the cat like in like almost blood battle. And I'm like,
I know.
"Babe,
There's
look."
been times like I've taken my cat and like thrown it up against walls and stuff like that. My wife doesn't look at me that way.
Just hard to tell what women want, Richard.
I know. I don't understand.
But
makes no sense.
As you're going through this tale, he talks.
But
about,
okay, so wait. Okay, I'm sorry, but like now I need to address the thing. Like, does she know that this ferocious beast is probably like 20% of the size of a normal mountain lion?
I don't think so, because again, I think this is like the headline stuff. It's like, I killed a mountain lion by strangling it to death. You're like, holy shit, badass. But quietly, you're like, but it was a 25-pound kitten.
And I would also say that like I'm looking at pictures of this dude, and like for 20 pounds, this thing still fucked him up pretty good.
It did, yeah. Well, and let's get a tale of the tape. So Kaufman, he stands 5'10", he weighs 150 pounds, and he said that during this struggle, he did hit the lion on the head with a rock and then used his foot to strangle it. Like they said, it garnered national attention because it was basically like, oh my god, it was killing this, or he killed a mountain lion.
See, it throws a whole different light on the whole thing, because now, like originally, so when you're saying, oh my god, dude, strangle a mountain lion, like you're thinking, oh my god, like you're imagining like this big cat that's attacking him and he's defending himself. But now that this dude has like a good 100 pounds on the cat, I feel like now I feel like now you're in your head, you see the guy as the aggressor in the situation.
A little bit, at least with this tale, yeah.
See, like when you describe like, oh, he tried to throw a rock at it and then he pinned it down with its throat or by the throat, and and you're imagining like this dude fucking fighting for his life. But now that you know the story behind the story and whatever, now you're picturing this like pissed off dude, like fucking little fucking bullshit cat. Oh, and he's like charging at it.
Whack,
yeah.
Trees. But that's what I'm saying.
Fuck
like
you.
It's like this thing of the internet. It's like he's like, holy shit! Like internet, stop digging into this. Like just let the first.
I hated
be.
the Lion King, and he's fucking beating, like punching this small cat in the face.
He's like, bah, ha,
I wish Scar would have won.
I am the Lion King.
Yeah.
But and they so in this second tale, I mean, honestly, this is kind of like a lot of like feel sorry for the cat in this, because as they were trying to figure out like, okay, this cat was a kitten, they tried to determine the sex, but they couldn't because the pelvic area was scavenged, which they assume was probably from his siblings as well. Like his siblings decided to eat whatever junk it had. But as they looked into it, it didn't look like there was a uterus, so they're pretty sure it was a male cat. So at least it was, a male cat.
Does that make it better?
I don't think so.
No, I feel like it doesn't. Okay, so let me put this scenario. Okay, let's say it was a full-grown mountain lion. Okay, do you feel like if it's a female and a male, do you feel like there's a difference in the difficulty of?
I feel like, well, actually, probably, because I bet the males will be a little bit bigger, but I don't know if the males are as aggressive as the females are. Female cougars are known to be very aggressive in the wild.
So I've heard.
Hey, sailor, let me buy you another drink. Meow. Did you just meow at me? Yeah, I'm a cougar. You don't look that old. How old are you?
Have you ever had to turn down? Have you ever had to fend off a cougar? Not fend off a cougar, but like turn down like an older lady at the bar. I had to do it once.
Not kind of, sort of.
She was way drunk, and was wanting. She verbatim told me she wanted me to take her home, and I was like,
was she like,
no?
Oh, did she sing "Take Me Home Tonight"? She's like, listen, this song is gonna go to you, Richard. And she goes up to the
no, she did not sing Asia. She didn't even know my name. Honestly, I feel like the only reason she approached me was I just happened to be the last dude around.
Oh, all the other ones had turned her down. Was she attractive?
She wasn't ugly. She wasn't ugly at all.
Richard, the right answer is that it doesn't matter.
Well, it didn't matter because she was number one, she was way too intoxicated. And number two, just I don't know, I wasn't really that was not a situation I wanted to put myself in.
Yeah. So did you help her home? Did you get her, did you call animal control? Hey, we got a wild cougar out here. I think it's got some issues.
Oh my God. Now I want to do that.
Is this Richard? Yeah.
Hello,
listen.
animal control. There's a wild cougar. Oh my God. Where? The bar. Oh my God. Wait a minute.
Is it in the bar?
You're not talking about a kitty cat, are you?
No, but her name's Kitty Cat. It's really weird.
But she calls herself Cat. I think it's short for Kathy, but you never know, right?
Hey, is it short for Kathy? Yeah, I think it is.
They're still spelled the same.
We're sending our best
is that
guy.
with a C or a K?
We're sending our best man. He'll be there in 20. Well, you better get here sooner because she's talking to the bartender. Oh, never mind. Cat's been tamed.
But yeah, it was a situation I wanted no part of. I felt bad.
Did you help her get home or anything? Where you called a taxi and said all right, well, you go back to your house and I'll be there in 37 years.
How did she end up getting home? I think she had a friend with her.
Oh, I gotcha.
She had a friend that was picking her up. But I guess she's like, I'll just take a swing at this bullshit looking dude. One last shot before I head home.
So did it make you feel good though, at least? Or is it
not at all?
Because she was too far gone. Did it make you feel icky?
I didn't feel icky because I didn't do anything.
No, I just meant icky, you just want me for my body.
No, that did not make me feel icky. Well, I don't mind being objectified.
Yeah, I've noticed.
In fact, I prefer it.
Yeah. That's why I walk around naked a lot.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we need to talk about that eventually, but you know what? Let's just save that for another time.
Yeah, that's an episode in itself. So, like I said, this is there's 3 parts to this kind of story. And so in the second part, they talk about how they trapped 2 lions around the area that looked to be about the same age. And they all seem to be in good condition, good health. So they're eating well, weren't emaciated, so they weren't rabid cougars or anything like that. So they were okay. Because mountain lions and cougars are the same thing, I think. We keep saying that, but I'm pretty sure they are.
I believe so. The brother probably there was this dude that fucked up my little brother.
Hey, who kicked my brother's ass? So Richard, okay, you're Travis.
And then the guy points to his girlfriend.
She did it. So Travis Kaufman, right? So this guy, first article comes out, he's got 2 weeks, he's on cloud 9, right? He's I'm the fucking mountain lion killer. Article 2 comes out, and it's kind of it was a mountain lion, but it was,
it was a mountain lion. Don't get me wrong, if I got into a knockdown fucking drag out, hey, one of us is going down, kind of fight with one of my cats, I'm gonna get scratched the fuck up. Yeah. I'm probably gonna get bitten, but I'll still walk away. I'll walk away with some cuts and bruises, but I'll be all right. I'm fairly confident that I could take him.
Yeah. But even a 35
which is kind of how this dude looks. This dude has like looking at the aftermath of this, like this dude looked like he took a decent, fucking cut up,
but not what you would expect.
But he seemed,
like I would expect, like
right.
Half his skull
I would expect
missing.
him. Right. I would expect him to be, dead.
Yeah.
If it was a fulcrum fucking.
But Richard, the internet wants to kind of twist that arm a little bit more and kind of make you side completely with nature. So the headline of this article that just came out, and this is what made me like, we got to talk about this story. So first headline of the first article was basically like, oh my God, buying this dude a beer. Second headline, you're kind of like, oh, okay, like, I'll talk to you at the bar. Third article, Richard, you're going to avoid this guy. So mountain lion strangled by Colorado man was an orphaned cougar cub.
Oh.
Like how much, like, it's like, come on, Travis, why don't you just let this fucking cougar kill you, bitch? He's an orphan.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just wandering around. All he wants is a home.
So the mountain lion strangled.
And then you come along with your bullshit bare hands.
Jogging through his home. What if I jog through your house?
Yeah, no shit. I mean, what if somebody just bursts into your fucking house and then Jean-Claude Van Damme's you and steps on your goddamn neck?
So the mountain lion strangled by a Colorado man after it attacked him on a jogging trail last month was a young cub weighing no more than 40 pounds and likely orphaned, but not starving, state wildlife officials said. So, I mean, really, this is just kind of an extra FU to him on this part. So they just say, like, okay, they determined the cause of death was blunt trauma and strangulation. It goes through there. He was bummed to see the mountain lion, obviously, yada, yada, yada. But it was the only other kind of extra news about, like, we learned a little bit more about this, but it says, like, it was a 3-minute struggle. And he had his arm there, so he was able to dislodge it from the cat by hitting it and stabbing it with sticks. So now we got sticks involved with this. We knew it was strangling. We knew it was rocks. Now he's got sticks.
Motherfucker. Now he's beating the thing up with a stick. See, now like the more you paint this picture, the more I don't want to look anymore. Because now I'm picturing this dude like fucking whacking a goddamn kitten with a stick. Like, that's not cool.
I'm waiting for, like, the fourth article to be, like, video from the park where, like, he's walking up to this cat just, like, hanging out.
Be like, oh, by the way, the cougar and it was sleeping at the time. Like, that's going to be...
Hey, cougar, where's your mom? Guess what? I fucking... like, hey, don't talk about my mom like that. Some bullshit, Richard. That's what that is.
Oh, by the way, this cougar kitten orphan cub was sleeping and he bursts in and burned down he built a house over the cougar's mom's like habitat, and that's why the cougar was orphaned.
Yeah.
That's how this is going to play out.
His great-great-grandfather built something that, like, basically like Hatfield McCoy's. Big battle between this family and them.
Goddamn colonialism.
But yeah, so they I'm kind of curious about this story. Like, I feel like either the fourth story we're going to hear from this is like basically like some kind of video evidence of him being like total douchebaggery, or we're going to learn something else about this, because in here it talks about that they trapped a couple of the kittens, like we mentioned in the last story, and they've taken them to like a rehabilitation place so they can try and help them out. I feel like these two are going to go on like a John Wick killing spree. They're like, you killed my brother. Now I'm going to fucking find you and kill you.
Yeah.
Richard.
Oh my God, that would rock.
It's not just one cat. Like, it's not one kitten. These two are going to grow up and they're going to be like, guess what? We're not kittens anymore. We're juvenile. We're $1.25 a piece. And he's going to be climbing through like the Colorado forest and see one and having his scopes and be like, I got you, bitch. And guess what? Out of the corner, the other one pops out and he goes,
clever girl. I knew it.
But Richard, it's a really interesting tale that like when I first heard about this, I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. And the second story comes out, you're like, oh, this isn't as amazing. And the third one comes out, you're like, oh, this dude's gonna need some PR.
Well, I'll tell you what. See, now I'm glad we didn't talk about it when it first came out, because then we'd have to come back later and be like, hey, you know that thing we were talking about before with the dude that was being all badass, and then his girlfriend was looking at him like she wanted like a piece of his fucking man meat.
Yeah.
Sorry. Turns out that was all bad.
Yeah.
Everything that you thought you wanted from that didn't happen.
Yeah, come to find out he actually got it high on catnip and was poking it with sticks.
Yeah. So when you thought he was like being a badass and choking out a fucking mountain lion, it turns out he was just beating the shit out of Oliver Twist with a stick.
Please, sir.
The Oliver Twist of the fucking
the kitty cat
mountains.
Kingdom. All right, Richard Wells, we kind of take this story and kind of finalize. Do you have any Richard's closing thoughts?
Things are not always as they seem, and always have a good source of information before. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. Damn it.
All right, well, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Visit our website. We're at languageofbromance.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at languageofbro. Email us at eatthebeaver at languageofbromance.com. Like us on Facebook. And remember, we are part of the Pod Bros Network.
The complete story.
The network that doesn't poke orphaned mountain lion kittens.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's 100%. That's 100%. That's 100% true.
Yeah.
We can put that on a bumper sticker or a billboard.
Shirt.
Yep.
All right. Was there anything else before I close her out?
No. Nope.
All right.
Thought I had something, but it left.
All right. Well, that's all the Bromance we have for this show. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Richard.
And I say we eat the beaver, but don't eat
the non-orphaned beaver.
Yes. 100% organic beaver.
That's not an orphan.